Okay, not so crooked and a lot better. Do bear with, I'm using natural lighting today in like the living room area, so if the light's fading in and out, that is why, but it's the best I can do with what I got right now, because I don't have like a filming space or anything. Also, I hope you enjoyed the palm tree with the duck. But I'm gonna go through all the makeup personally that they gave me, and then I'm going to do a simple makeup look with it and just talk about what I thought about the makeup. I didn't even know, honestly, that they had makeup. I'm just going to move you guys in a little bit so when I start getting to work, you can see how it appears. Now, I definitely can say that I was very surprised that they had a makeup in my shade. I have lightened a little bit since I've gone to New York because fall is definitely taking place here and the sun is shining a lot less. But I'm just going to go on through and do my makeup like I've always done it. And yeah, so I just want to show you guys what they got. And they have some pretty awesome stuff. They did give me a bunch of skincare. I am going to do a separate skincare video using the skincare that they give me that I love to use. Some new skincare they gave me, talking about the results I saw with it, which have been awesome. My face is so cleared up since. It was a godsend, and I got to use a lot of new things that I hadn't from them before, which I've seen definite positive results, and also talk about some things that I have been using. So that will be in another video soon, I promise. But let's get down to business. No, let's get down to the makeup. Okay, so some of the stuff that you see in front of me, you guys can't see in front of me. Some of the things you can see, but I'm going to go through all of the stuff that they gave us. Now, this was stuff they added on to the goodies that were like already there when we got there. Like, we showed up and there was a whole group of people, and then we went to a table and we had like our name tags next to all this stuff. And this was extra stuff added in when they sent us the package that was in the other video. So I was like mind blown. Anything that I don't use, I'm going to put in a giveaway. Like, first thing I'm going to talk about, I was going to go in order, but I'm going to just mention this right away. They gave me this Brow Sculpting 3-in-1 contouring pen and crown, which looks really cool because obviously there's like the stereotypical crown on the one side, and then there's like this jelly pomade like spoolie thing on the other, but I can tell right now this is not the color of my brows, because if you can see that, yeah, no, I need like a dark brown, maybe even black, and I can put some like powder on top to like even it out. But I'm putting this in a giveaway that I'm going to be doing later in the year around my birthday time as like a thank you to you guys. But besides that, I am going to go through everything and we're just going to start with the basics. So the one thing that I always use is eye cream. I include that as a part of my makeup routine because if I don't have it, I will be just super puffy. Wow, I'm starting to run low. Bear with, like I'm literally like at the point where I'm squeezing the tube. I need to get more. I use this stuff so much. It's the Vitamin E eye cream. It's new. And it just really helps hydrate and reduces the crepiness under my eyes. And a little tip, I love to put it in the fridge to help keep it cool, and then the cooling sensation will also help any puffiness in your eyes or on your face. So now that's done. Moving on. Now they gave me two primers. They have the Tea Tree Pore Minimizing Primer. This is really mattifying. And then there's this Instablur All-in-One 5-Action Protector Primer. And I noticed something, because I decided to use this to see if my skin would react weird to it, but it looks very similar to this other one that I bought recently. Now this, I think, came out before this. I'll have to double check. But the consistency looks almost exactly the same. So like this is the Instablur All-in-One. And then the one on the bottom is the Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Instablur Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I'm not trying to call out, but I'm calling out a little bit. I guess I'll use this little bit of Can't Stop, Won't Stop on my nose because my nose gets super oily. Now, what's great about the Tea Tree Pore Minimizing Primer is it really helps fight my acne. And of course, in the areas where I get the most acne is where I have the most pores and I'm the most oily. This is a really, really good, like, mattifying primer. It reminds me if, like, the e.l.f. primer wasn't so silicone-y, it was more liquid like this, the acne fighting one. Slightly like that, but this definitely has a lot more tea tree oil in it. I'm just gonna take that excess and put that all in my blemishing areas. Yeah, like these were way worse, guys. And I used the tea tree clay mask last night, and it helped like stop some of those pimples from coming up and heal them up, because that showed up out of nowhere a couple days ago. It's been a hot mess. Now the Instablur, I just kind of put everywhere else in between. A little goes a long way. It's unlike the Can't Stop Won't Stop if you've used it. The Can't Stop Won't Stop is very tacky and super, super drying. Like if you have dry skin, I suggest not using that because it really like dries me out. Like if I put some on my nose or my forehead, I won't get oil for like almost half of the day. But this is a lot softer, but gives the same effect of that really nice, like blurred out skin. And the pore minimizer does as well. It's just, I like using it in the area where I have, you know, my acne come up, which is kind of everywhere, but I digress. So another thing I like to do is I like to use a little bit of the Strawberry Smoothing Face Mist on top and just kind of like letting it press in. And I also use it on a beauty blender, which I didn't know they have beauty blenders. So I'm going to try it out. And if not, I also have brushes. I didn't even know they had brushes. There's so many things here, like I don't even know where to start. But for now, I'm going to spray away. Soak in with the primer because I really feel like it helps soothe the skin and it gives like this dewy, I don't know, I feel like it helps. It might just be me, but I've been using that lately with my other primers as well, and I enjoy the benefits of it. So, moving on. So they gave me two different foundations. One is the Fresh Nude Foundation, one is the Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation. Now this one is not really my shade. It's a little light and it has a really strong undertone when I tried it out on a swatch earlier, but this one now, this one's a lot better. It matches my skin tone really, really well. And I'm going to dab it out in my hand because it matches a Fenty foundation that I have almost exactly. Let me find that really quick. So I am 200 in the Pro Filter foundation, and I literally have it right below the Body Shop. And on my hand, I don't know, on camera they look, oh there we go. The Fenty just has to darken up a little bit because they do kind of oxidize. I'm going to go ahead, put that on my neck. And also, they have a stipple brush, so you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use that for the first time. I'm using all their brushes for the first time, so I am actually going to go dampen this Beauty Blender really quick and see how this goes. So their Beauty Blender reminds me a lot of the Ulta ones, like in the shape that they have, because like it's pointed, which obviously is like for like getting concealer, but then it has a rounded end, and then it also kind of has like that traditional Beauty Blender shape. So this is the size right now. If you can see that against my hand, I'm gonna go dampen it really quick, and we'll see how much it like stretches it out. So it expanded in size a little bit, and I like about it is that it feels really dense and compact, so it's really gonna get like that product on your face and not so much in the sponge. Now I also want to talk about brushes. I had no idea they had brushes. They have a decent amount on their website and they decided to give to us. So this is obviously like a face brush. It's just like a stipple brush. They're super soft. This actually spread the foundation on my neck quite nicely. I can already tell that this is a more of a light coverage, and it is dewy. You can't really tell under my neck, but this definitely has a dewy finish. But it matches me pretty darn good. But you know what? We're gonna embrace a dewy look today. I normally would not say that, but you know, it's fine. It's not like I don't have powder I can put on top. They didn't give me a powder, so I'm going to use the powder I normally use, which is the Ulta Banana powder, and I use the MAC Prime and Setting powder under my eyes and in my really oily T-zone areas. So we'll see how they work with that, because I know sometimes with makeup it can be difficult because some brands or some formulas don't mix well with others. So we'll see how that goes today. They also gave me this really cute dual eye brush. It's like a wooden, which is really nice because I like how they stick to like nature tones and wooden. This looks like it'd be a really good like blending, like packing brush. It's not the loosest. And this literally looks just like the Ulta like eye gel eyeliner brush. The other one they gave me, this I would assume is a bronzing brush, but it says it is brush N93E. Super soft bristles. Again, I love the dark wooden handle. It's not super plasticky, like they're pretty sturdy, and I'm super excited to use this. This might be my new favorite blending brush, especially for like a crease area. And this one says it is N82E. You can see there. And again, like this beautiful, like wooden handle. They're synthetic. You can tell they are just by their softness and their touch, but they are. Online they say they are. So, you know what? Let's get down to getting the rest of this foundation on. Now, they did give me a Peachy Glow Instaglow CC cream. It says light to medium skin. Oops, I'm out of focus. But I can already tell kind of by opening the cap that this is kind of like a liquid like blush. I just don't really see myself using it, so I'm just gonna put it in my giveaway as well, because just reading what it does and how it works, it's just something that I really don't even use in my regular makeup routine, so you guys can benefit from that. But let's get to pumping and bouncing. Bring in a mirror really quick, and I'm going to do the rest of this application off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Base is on. You can see it's not extremely like full coverage because I didn't want to put any concealer on like my blemishes, just so you could see like how it is. This was with one coating, so I would say that it's like a happy medium coverage. Like this I could definitely see me using as an everyday wear. I love this glow it's giving me. It's like a nice satiny because it's like glowy and dewy, but not over the top, because the reason I really stray away from dewy foundations is because along with my natural oils, it makes it too much. It did pretty well for under my eyes. Usually dewy foundations under my eyes make them look like super, I'm gonna try to get this to zoom in. There we go, like super like creasy, and it's not making it look super creasy under there for like me putting the foundation only. I didn't put concealer, I'm just doing the foundation. We're going really natural today, and normally I would do my eyes and my brows first, but I'm going to do my brows off of camera and then go into the eye look, and then I'm going to finish the rest of my face with contour and whatnot. But yeah, I'm loving this. The Fresh Nude Foundation, definitely a win. It claims to have a 24-hour fresh moisture, dermatologically tested and suitable for sensitive skin. And if you think you're the same shade as me, I am 30 Fresh Nude. So yeah, this is a win. I'm definitely excited to continue to use this in my routine. Again, I'm going to do my brows off of camera, and I'll be right back and start the eyes. Okay, brows are on. And in case you're curious what I use for my brows, I love the e.l.f. gel pomade. I never use the powder, but I love this pomade. I'm in the dark, which used to be the color espresso, but I love it. It gives me just, I don't know, it's perfect, and I'm really, really picky on my eyebrow products, and I'm like Rihanna, very particular about my brows. So now that we've done brows, we're gonna move on to what they gave me. Now, they gave me a palette, but they also gave me like some bronzing stuff, so I'm just gonna go over the rest of what I can use for my face. So, oh wow, this has a mirror, if I'd known a way to use that. So this is the Body Shop's bronzing powder in shade medium matte. Honeycombish look to it. And ooh, this is so buttery. Okay, I'm gonna like refocus. So you can kind of see this is like a nice cool tone brown. It's not too strong. It looks very similar to the color brown that's my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is what I love and I live by. But I definitely would also, I'm going to use this on my eyes, so I have a transition shade because the palette they did give me doesn't really have a transition shade. This is the Down to Earth Eye palette, and it's green tone and earthy. Oh, they got to know me really well. It also comes with this really, really nice mirror. Like I'm just going to like point down at all the junk that's down here. Like it's not a fake mirror, like it's really clear. I already did some like pre-swatches. I'm going to swatch again for you guys. So we have like this champagne-y, like, probably should just do the top of my hand, like shimmery tone, which I'd love to use on my brow bone, the inner corner of my eye. They're not like the softest, but they have a lot of color payoff. Now this dark olive green, oh, I just did 4 little like swirls, and look at that color payoff. And it's like a darkish green. I love greens. I love olivey greens. They really bring out my eyes. This one is very similar to it, but it's a little more emeraldy, and it has a nice shimmer to it. If you look at them side by side, you can see that this one is lighter. They don't have names for them, sadly. I really wish they did. And then the last one is like this light shimmery green, which I will probably use along with the transition shade. So like this is the last one. Bronzer, this is the really light green, the darker green, like the emeraldy. This is like the super dark tone mossy green, and then this is like the champagne. I'm also going to use that as a highlight, because if I don't have highlight with my makeup look, I'm sad inside. So now they do have a contour palette. I'm a little worried because I don't know if this is cream or not. If it's a cream one, I'm giving it away because I don't do cream contours. Like, if I practice, I feel like I'd be good at them. Wow, this has the same mirror, the same exact setup. Oh, thank God, these are powders. I was worried. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the highlight shade. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to wipe my hands off really quick. I will be right back. Okay, so I wiped off my hands so that way I have clean fingers for the next swatching. Now, there's also nothing stopping me from using this along with my eye look too. So this one is more of a pearlish pink highlight. I'm going to put it right across from the other palette because they look pretty similar. Yeah, this one's just a little more pearlish pink. You can't really tell on my phone camera too much, is upsetting. They have a blush. It's really, really pink, like a super rosy pink. I don't know if I'll use it, but I guess I will just to see how it shows up. But what's nice is it has like this golden tone under, like this golden shimmer underneath, which is really pretty and I'm really enjoying. They have a dark brown and then a cooler brown. These are really, really small for being a contour because, like, if I was to use this as a bronzing brush and, like, to put it in there, like, even though it wouldn't be too bad, I just think that they should be a little bigger. Even though I am their ambassador, I'm going to say that. Oh, this is such a pretty chocolate brown. Let me get 4 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, the first part was only just 2. And the formulas aren't that bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got this one here. Bam. Okay, there's not too much of a difference between those two. I don't know. I'll use the lighter brown, like to do, like, I don't know. I feel like they're not really going to be universal. I mean, they have the basic parts of it down. I'm going to wipe off the back of my hand now. They have the basic idea of it down, but I do think that it could be, well, I don't know. Do they have ranges of this? This just says for shade contouring palette. It doesn't say, like, if it's for a lighter medium, but we're going to use it and we're going to see how this goes. So to start out, I'm going to take the bronzer and I am going to use this like crease brush. I'm going to swirl it around, and as you see, there's not too much kickback and there's not a lot of kickback in the pan either. So like I was like right in there and there's not like a bunch of powder everywhere. So I'm just going to use this mirror and take that right in between my crease. And also, I need to put on eye primer really quick because I want to do this properly. So bear with before. Okie dokie. I'm just going to use this. And then that way we can see how it interacts with this. Now the eye primer I use and I enjoy to use, I don't have anything really bougie. There's very few bougie things I can have and can afford. I use the Ulta one. I got it like when I spent, of course, way too much money in the stores always. It came with like this little like Hello Beautiful bag that they did for like a spring collection. It's just the matte eye primer in nude and it works really well. I enjoy it. I do suggest that you tap it in when you're using it, because if you try to rub it in or use not a thick enough of a brush, it does crease a little bit. So here we go again. We're just gonna swirl 1, 2, 3, and oh, that's a lot better. Eye primer makes so much of a difference. Like even with high-end makeup that I use, if I don't use a primer, I definitely can tell the difference. And this blends this out pretty well. Like I'm enjoying the color it's giving me. Warmish kind of, I don't know. Like this is just a pleasant transition shade color. Yeah. I'm liking it so far. I'm about it. And now, let's see. I'm going to go in with this dark green, and there's not too much of a kickback, which I'm enjoying. I'm trying to be really careful because since this is such a dark color, I just don't want to go in with like too much off the bat, you know. Oh, this is such a pretty mossy green. And you know what? I'm going to go into this one, and then I'm going to dab in twice to that shimmery green and just put that on the outside. Like I'm going from like here to the outside. So I'm doing 1, 1, 2, and then doing that on the outside for like a pretty shimmer. Now I'm gonna go back in just with it plain from what's left over of the brown to just kind of smoke things out a little bit. Ooh, that blends in with the brown nicely. I'm enjoying this. This eye palette is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I'm only dipping into this green like twice. It's really, the pigment's there. That's all I gotta say. The pigment's there. And this brush is doing really well. Like it's really blending it out. It's packing it on well. Okay. I'm living. Oh my gosh, and these brushes are working so well. So I use EcoTools brushes and I use Morphe brushes. What am I doing? I don't want to take my makeup off here. To touch that up a little bit. So for my brushes, I mainly use like Morphe and Equal Tools. I've just recently gone on to Morphe to see if the hype was worth it. It was, but what I like about Equal Tools is that they use the bamboo and it's just a lot more earth friendly, and they're at they both are at affordable prices. So like I won't contest there. Getting some drag down there. But yeah, I've only had, this is the first encounter I've had with Kickback so far using this. Wow, that's really impressive. Okay, take this Morphe brush. What I'm really upset is that they didn't put what they were after. It came with this eye kit with this cute little golden purse. So I would love to be like, oh, if you really want this brush, this is what it is. But it comes with that eye kit. So we're going to go ahead and just put that on the top there. Ooh! It's not the brightest shimmer, but like I kind of like that it's not too intense, so I can use that highlighting shade, but it's so pretty. It's like this, I don't know, like this champagne-y peach, and it really brings it all together really well. Earthy toned, and it's so me. Oh, okay. So, we're gonna get a little bowl here. I'm gonna go into the contour palette, and I'm going to use the Define color, which is the really chocolatey brown, and go in with this guy, and just see what happens. I'm not gonna do it wet right away. Ooh. Okay, it's kind of like doing like a little like smoked out like moment here, and then gonna blend that out. Okay, I'm gonna be dangerous. Normally I would do eyes first, but I just kind of wanted to see how the Kickback would be with this. And now I'm going to see how this layers with, because I want to try this out. Alright, so if you are looking to make a like curve with this, you can. Look at that. Look how that went from really smudged to like a nice little line. I haven't put any powder on my face yet, but the fact that I covered it that well and did that with their foundation makes me happy. Okay, so now I'm definitely going to do the other side like that. BRB. Okay, and I am just going to wet this really quick with the strawberry just to see if I can sharpen it a little more. And then we're actually going to move on to the contouring. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying like this brownie, earthy toned like look. We're moving on. So I really don't have a lot of creepiness and kick back under my eyes or on my under eye, which makes me really happy. So I'm gonna go in with this guy for my bronzing brush and see how it does. Okay. Ooh, with this brush. I'm wondering if it's gonna hold in a lot of product. Whoa. This brush is really, really dense. I'm gonna try to only use their brushes, and I'm trying to only use their products as much as possible because this is like a first time full face review. The bronzer is not doing too bad of a job. So I still have to put like my setting powder on top. The brush isn't like taking my makeup off, which makes me happy. I wish it was a little more full coverage, but obviously if I put concealer under that, my blemishes wouldn't be sticking out like they are. But We are going to be veiling her a little bit, so it's fine. Use this as a blush brush instead. So, okie dokie, I'm going to take my Prep and Prime and put that under my eyes like I always do. Bam. Oh, it's so much better. I'm going to take this guy, and I always take whatever powder is left, and I always put it on my forehead. Oh my gosh, this is looking so good. This brush is doing a pretty darn good job. And then there's a little bit left here, so I'm going to just veil over that contour really quick. Okay, that makes that look a lot better. Dang. Okay. And then I'm going in with one of my favorites, the Ulta Banana Powder. I've definitely hit pan. I need to get more, but I'm in college right now, so I'm going to try their blush out. And they also have a makeup setting spray, so this should be interesting. So I am going to try this as a blush brush. So I'm going to dip like 1, 2, and then tap that out because that looks really peachy. Okay. I'm trying to be really light, but there's definitely some color there. Some veiling's definitely going to have to happen, but the fact I've only done like 2 swipes and kicked off the excess like that, and I've got that much color, makes me really happy. I think I will definitely use this for like a pink in an eye look, and not so necessarily my face. Also, I'm just not, I know, call me a heathen, I'm not a huge blush person. I'm just not. But you know what? For this kind of like satiny, dewy look, sure. This is another Morphe brush from the collection that I got. I'm just gonna lightly dip into here. And, ooh, yes. It's a lot better. Definitely has more of a highlight than the other one, and it really brings the shimmer at the top of this eye and this look together. Okay. It's not like super strong and strobing like I normally like, but for the fact, like for this like look, I'm okay with it. I'm weird, and I like to take this and spray it on like the edge of my beauty blenders. I usually have a separate beauty blender for this. I'll put some on my cheekbones since this is like a dewy thing, and I'll put that there before I put highlight on. So let me get my highlighting brush. This is the highlighting fan brush from EcoTools. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's huge, it's big, it's fluffy, and I just see really good payoff from it. And then, ooh, okay. Of course, there's not like the best natural light in here for it. It's a subtle, it's not a blinding one. But you know, we're gonna work with what we got first. This is also kind of awkward because like I'm trying not to blend into the other colors, because if I got some brown on this would like ruin this whole look. Oh, this side's a lot better. See, it's a lot better now when you get like the sun in there. Okay. Okay. Let's see a body shot. Then I'm going to take some on a Real Techniques brush. And I always do this for my inner corner. I spray. And we're going to dip in and see. Okie dokie, so we're almost complete. Now before I put on my mascara on my lips, I set my face. So I'm going to try out their makeup setting spray. It says all day wear fade and smudge resistant with aloe vera. It's 100% vegan. And it does, all their stuff has a little cruelty-free international bunny button on it. It says it's formulated with petroleum and mineral oil and is enriched with community trade aloe vera, suited for sensitive skin. Now I know mineral oil can get a bad rap sometimes because it clogs pores, but this is going on top of makeup, and I already have like a pore filling. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the ingredients. Pore filling primer. It says there's water, castor oil. Then there's the aloe vera. Some other things I can't pronounce. I think the mineral oil ingredient's like literally second to last. So that means there's not a lot in here. But you know what? Here we go. This is brand new, so I'm gonna have to do this a couple times. There we go. Woo, nice spray. We're gonna get out my fan. Okay. And then I always do this. I always like to take my beauty blender when it's just a little damp and go on top, so that way I don't get like those spraying like dots all over my face. Okay. Now for eyes, I always curl my lashes. I forgot how much an eyelash curler did for my eyes until I bought one because my old one finally broke and invested in one. So this one's just from e.l.f. It's $2. They all, in my opinion, are the same. You can't really mess up on one. So perfect. They also gave us chapstick. Wow, this is really making the green in my eyes pop out. Which I already put on my lips prior to everything, which is their Hence chapstick. It's wonderful. And I'm going to go ahead in with their mascara first. I didn't really have mascara, but this is the Body Shop Big and Curvy Waterproof Mascara. And it says it's made in the UK. Besides this, there's not much on it. It just came with this wrapped in plastic, so it doesn't have that like cardboard plasticking. A lot of the packaging that did come in it, it was very minimal. Like this had like 2 things of tape over it, and like this had like some kind of sealant, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't give like too much packaging on them, because you know, it's just, I hate when they do that. I'm sorry, I always put the excess, like super excess off, especially on brand new mascara, because I feel like it's just more. The wand looks like a basic wand. Like it doesn't look like it's gonna be crazy, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be like, I don't know. I'm just gonna try it out. So here you go. There's a lot of mascara on there, so this should be interesting. All right. So it's not the worst mascara I've ever used, and I always do this with all of my mascara because my eyelashes love, I think it's something with me that they love to stick together, because even when I use really, because I notice even when I've used really separating, like mascara that really separates lashes, I still have this issue. So I don't know, maybe it's just me. Okay, I moved in really close for the lips. So they have a matte liquid lip. This is called the Windsor Rose. I said I love nude rosy colors, and this is also known as the color 032. Interested to see, I love matte lipsticks, and I love like a good rose nude, so this might be a new everyday. Also, what I've noticed is a lot of their stuff doesn't have a lot of strong smells. Like, they're not super perfumey, which I've enjoyed. Because sometimes I don't like when fragrances are put in products a lot of times because my skin reacts negatively. So, really glad so far that the only thing that really has smell is this, which I would expect. And it smells actually like how strawberries smell. So, let's see how... I smell banana. It smells like banana, kind of. Like Banana Boat sunscreenish. Doesn't have sunscreen in it, but let's see how this does color-wise. What the payoff is. Ah, doesn't want to open. Okie dokie. Ooh, this is a pretty color. Whoa. It tastes like banana cream. This tastes like Banana Boat. It feels like Banana Boat on the lips, like the flavor. Oh my god. And their limited edition banana smell and scent smells just like it too, so like, it's everything. Okay, this is with one dip. All right, and then I love just to go over with a little bit more. So that way when I do this, also the excess powder. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys in. I'm loving this. This is like such a pretty, simple, natural look. This is like a perfect nude for me. I like how the eyes turned out. It's not the most full coverage look I've done, and I really enjoy full coverage, but everything worked well. Like, nothing was a complete flop in my mind. The only thing that was like a sad flop was like just the color of this, but then again, I was guessing the color from online because they didn't have, like, when we went in the store, like, they were just getting shipment of like more of their makeup, so they didn't have a lot of their shades available. Like, people were loading in the truck while we were there at the store and loading stuff in. The mascara I enjoyed. It like isn't the best mascara I use. I love the e.l.f. Lash Extending Mascara because I like my lashes to be really extended and high up. It's very volumizing, and I love that the wand isn't too big, so that's a win. Y'all saw my reaction with this one. The bronzer worked really well. The eye palette worked really well. The brushes are excellent. Like, I was just so pleasantly surprised by the brushes. The fact that I didn't use concealer and then my eyes underneath looked just as good, and it worked really well with the MAC powder, so like they didn't contrast one another, which was just really surprising, made me really happy. The Beauty Blender, it's good. Like, it's hard in my opinion to flop on one unless you're making them super cheap, but it worked really well. I'm excited to see how it works with my other foundations. The foundation itself, it is pretty. It looks really good on my skin. Like, I feel like it is second skin, and it just makes everything along with the primer. So even the only thing I wish I had done is I wish I did put a little concealer over these guys, which I might after this for my next video. But besides that, I love this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want more videos like this, please comment down below. Also, on my links down below is a link directed to the Body Shop for their makeup if you wish to buy and try any. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I will see you next time, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.